Hello and welcome to another Stop Living with Debt tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to introduce you to Cash Flow Planner, a simple budgeting tool that will make sure you're in control of your money. If you like this tutorial, you can download the Cash Flow Planner for free from our website at stoplivingwithdebt.com. Let's begin. This is the screen that you'll see the first time that you launch Cash Flow Planner. I'd like to show you the tabs at the bottom. This is how you're going to navigate through your budget by clicking on the various tabs: Summary, Graphs, Forecast, and you have an Actual tab for each month of the year. When you create your budget for the first time, you're going to click on Forecast, and all you're going to do is next to each of these items within these categories, you're going to put the value that you think you're going to make or you're going to spend for that item. So for income, we have $2,600 in January I think I'm going to make, and I think my wife is going to make $3,300. Oh, but we also have a part-time business. That's not in here. So all you're going to do is just add it. We think we're going to make $500 for that item. So that's all you do. Go through each one of these categories, look at each item, add that value through the whole forecast. You'll see that the list is pretty extensive, but I'm sure we missed a few things that are unique to what you would need it for. So once you have that done, you can just drag those numbers to the right by clicking on that lower right hand, see that little box in the lower right hand corner, and that's how you can get your whole year lined out. If you need to make a change, you can just change that value and then drag that across. But for what we're doing here, we have enough information. We've created our forecast. So now let's go down and start entering in our actual expenses. So now we're in January, and all we're going to do is enter the income as we get it, and we're going to enter our expenses as we have those expenses. So for me, I had $2,600 as income. I got paid twice in January. So the first time I got paid, I put it in day one. Second time I got paid, I put it in day two. I find that this process is much easier than putting it in on the actual day that I made the money or the actual day that I made the expense. And the reason why is that I can just scroll down this one column and get a good feel for where I'm spending money. If I put it on the actual day of the expense, then I have to scroll through 31 days up and down, and it makes it a little bit more complex. But if you want that level of detail or accuracy, you know, that's totally up to you. I like it simple. Simple means that you're probably going to stick to it and do it. So if you're new to budgeting, that might be the way to start out. If you want to add more detail, feel free to change whenever you're ready to do that. Here's another example. So this $25, this is how many times I went to the gas station to fill up one of my vehicles. And it's pretty simple to see that versus scrolling through 31 days. Okay? So once you have your forecast, then you're just going to start entering in your income and expenses as those events happen, and you're basically managing your budget. Now from there, we have two options to look at the data. Let's go to the summary option first. Now on the summary page, you don't enter any information. This is all pulled from your forecast and your actuals for whatever months that you have actuals. So you see for January, we have our forecast column, and then we have our actuals column. And you'll notice we have some red areas in there. Red means that we've spent more than what we actually budgeted for that item. So this is only 65 cents more, but it's more, so it's bolded red. Our phone bill was 65 cents more than we thought it was. Food, we spent a little extra. Insurance, we didn't spend anything because I don't pay insurance in January. Those happen at later months, later in the year. So we'll be able to track that, but we need to look at it at a monthly level to make sure that when we have that expense, say in March, that we have the money accumulated to be able to make that payment so we don't get in trouble. So The summary is just that. It gives you an overview of where you're at in your budget. At the end of the first 6 months, gives you your totals. At the end of your second 6 months, gives you your totals. And then at the bottom, you'll see your yearly totals. This is your graphs page. You'll notice that we have a graph for each of the categories that we have in your forecast and your actual expenses. And you'll notice that we added the part-time business in here. We gave ourselves a raise, so you can see this change a little bit. Now, we'll get into much more detail in subsequent tutorials where we dive in depth into different areas to maximize the cash flow planner. But for now, just know that the charts are here. If you're a visual person, this will be great for you. If not, you can stick with the summary page. But this is a pretty simple, straightforward tool. Remember, we have 2 tabs that we're really focused on, and that's creating our forecast and then entering in all of our expenses on the given month. The graphs and the summary take care of themselves. So if you're not budgeting, I really would like to strongly encourage you to do so. It really is a fundamental piece of managing your finances. So with that, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and that you decide to use the Cash Flow Planner. Go get it on our website, stoplivingwithdebt.com. Plan to succeed. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you.